So here we are, final threshold, the place where you stop circling yourself and stand face to face with the life that's been waiting to move through you all along. Not the life that we were taught to settle for, not the one you built to be accepted, but the one you were born to live. The one that flows through your blood, through your longing, through the ache that no success could ever silence. This isn't a pep talk. This is a reckoning. Because the most honest question that you can ask yourself right now is, am I ready to stop betraying who I am in order to maintain who I was? Breathe that in. So if you've made it here, it means something ancient in you is already stirring. A truth that no longer wants to be whispered, a power that no longer wants to be managed, a life that no longer wants to be postponed. This video isn't about hype, it's about becoming. You're not here to build a better mask. You're here to embody the real you. And that begins with the sacred yes that you've been afraid to give yourself. So let's cross this threshold. The life that wants to be lived through you. Video number 3. Because there is a life waiting to be lived through you, not the one shaped by obligation or fear, but the one that rises from your center when you stop running and start remembering. And I speak to this because this was me. And this is many of the clients that I work with. But there's a moment in every healing journey that doesn't come with fanfare. No crisis, no breakdown, no big declaration. It's subtle, almost unnoticeable at first. And it arrives in the quiet, in the pause between breaths. And you realize that you're done holding it all together. You're done trying to become someone perfect, a perfect version of yourself. You're done ignoring the whispers that keep calling you inward. Not because you've given up, but because something deeper within you has taken root. The knowing that life you're craving is not out there. It's already alive within you. It's just waiting for space. So let's name something that doesn't get talked about enough. We've been taught to chase upgrades to a false self. We call it growth. We call it healing. We call it becoming better. But what if we've misunderstood the assignment? What if your highest evolution isn't about doing more, but about undoing everything that isn't aligned with your essence? This means that you don't have to earn your worth, prove your value for connection, hustle towards more enlightened version of you. You were never meant to manufacture a better life. You were meant to remember the truest one. And that remembering, it doesn't arrive in spreadsheets or strategic plans. I know, I tried. And it arrives when you stop filling every crack with effort and allow yourself to be inhabited by what's been inside of you all along. Most women live at the edge of themselves without ever stepping fully through. We get close to telling the truth, that deep inner truth, close to rest, close to saying no, close to choosing something bold. But the moment the nervous system senses potential rejection, uncertainty, failure, we recoil. Why? Because our biology has been shaped by safety patterns, not thriving patterns, not pleasure patterns, safety patterns. And it's not your fault. Your system was simply trained to see the known, even if it's painful, as safer than the unknown. So what happens? We abandon the life that wants to be lived through us for the life that feels predictable, acceptable, and less risky. And we call it being mature. We call it being idealistic, realistic, not idealistic. But here's the hard truth. Safety isn't always aligned, and discomfort isn't always danger. Your body must learn the difference. so it can say yes to the life that feels expansive without assuming it means you're unsafe. And this is part of what we do in becoming, not just learning the difference between fear and truth, but embodying it so deeply that your nervous system stops collapsing every time you rise. So take a breath with me right here, right now, breathing in, filling your belly, filling your lungs, and exhaling, closing your eyes if you can, or simply softening your gaze. And feel your body. Breathing in and breathing out. And notice the places that still brace. Your shoulders, your jaw, your gut. And now breathe again. This time not to fix anything, but just to feel, not to hold anything in place. And now ask yourself, what if the version of me I've been waiting to become is actually the version I'm willing to live as right now? Breathe that in and just notice. Let the tension drop. Let the idea sink in. Imagining, feeling, sensing, knowing that your muscles are starting to unwind. Your fascia is releasing. No more waiting. No more tweaking. No more proving. She's not some future ideal. She's the one beneath the masks, the one who knows she's pretending, shrinking, performing. This is the healing. To stop bypassing the woman you are right now and let her be enough to begin. That's the life that wants to be lived through you. Not a fantasy version, but a fully rooted one, expressed, present, and alive. So here we are. You're standing at the edge of a different kind of threshold. Not one that demands you leap into chaos, but one that invites you to walk forward as your whole self. Not in crisis, not in urgency, but in that deep soul level truth. So here's the shift. You're not meant to carry a life. You're meant to be lived by a life that fits you, that flows through you, that breathes with you. And you know when you're in that life because it doesn't feel like pressure. It feels like home. And this is what becoming is for. It's not another course to complete. It's not another ladder to climb. It's not a bypass for your humanity. It's a container for discovering your own truth, a reclamation of self, a gentle, powerful remembrance. And inside becoming, you walk into deep nervous system repair so your body can stop bracing and start receiving. You walk into the release of roles and false identities that no longer belong to you and maybe never have. You walk into the reactivation of intuition, of inner knowing, and wild, grounded self-trust. You walk into a community that holds you in your humanity while calling you into your divinity. There's no rushing. There's no masks, just you, becoming the truest expression of yourself in real time. So let's end this series where all true beginnings live, not in a to-do list, not in a strategy, not in more fixing, but in the moment You look at your life, the one that you've been surviving, and whisper, no more. No more outsourcing your intuition, no more shrinking to stay digestible, no more waiting to be chosen, seen, or saved. The life that wants to be lived through you isn't asking you to burn everything down. It's asking you to burn through the lie that you are not already enough to begin. This is not the end of a video series. This is a moment you reclaim your pulse. The sacred threshold isn't a concept. It's a frequency shift, and you've just felt it. So now the question is, will you return to sleep, or will you step fully into your becoming? Because she's not waiting. She's rising. And you are the one that she's rising through. The life that wants to be lived through you is already here. So say yes. Step in. Becoming is waiting, and we've saved you a seat. I hope to see you in there.